Hi everyone, it's Lucy and I'm coming to you from my car because it's very windy outside and I'm trying to find a quiet place to make the introduction to the video. So this is my part one of the flow journal that I'm doing with Jolene Payne, and I'm very excited to work with some of her things that I found in this beautiful, beautiful flow journal. You can see that in video one. At the bottom of my video, if you have a look, if you click on the name, you'll see lots of links to my pages, to Jolene's page, to an introduction on how to do faces, which is part of this journal. Now this has been videotaped in some extreme circumstances, so please bear with me. In just a week I'm going to be back in Australia and I have proper video systems, so this one's a little rough and I'm hoping that you'll still follow me and keep going. But to follow this one, this has been a little bit inspired by the intimacy talks that Jolene's having on her page. So please do follow Jolene. Like I said, the link's at the bottom. She does some really great work. So here's my journal. I hope you enjoy. So when I opened my flow journal, I found these beautiful pieces of paper, and if you watch my first video, you'll see the gorgeous things that I got from Jolene. But this time I've taken the music, some beautiful coloured tissue paper with acrylics, and this beautiful metallic. And the first thing I've done is I've actually torn the tissue paper up and put it down with medium. I will be showing this better in other videos, but like I said, it's a bit of an extreme video taking whilst on holidays. So I've used a purple acrylic, which I'm painting on now, and that's just the beginning. So I've just done that as a basis of my colours. I really love that blue and the acrylic, and that's the beautiful tissue paper that I got from Jolene. I'm now also going to put some copper on here. So I've got little tubes of acrylic that I take on with me when I travel. I just haven't had a lot of good lighting. So I've done the acrylic with the mask, and now I'm actually going to put a face on here. Now, a lot of you worry about drawing faces, and I have a video which I'm going to have on a link to under this, which talks about drawing faces, and I'm also going to add a lot more videos on drawing faces. But the first thing I'm doing is I'm actually going to do the face on a sheet music. So I like to use textured or colored backgrounds, and what I'm using here is like a gel medium to put it on. I use medium more often than I use glue to put things down. So now I've got the it dry. I've used a hairdryer because I had to improvise, and I've drawn the face on, and like I said, there will be videos on how to draw faces. So when you first put the face on, it kind of looks a bit bland, but it takes a little bit of work to do a bit of shading on a face, and I use a lot of purples and pinks and things like that to get the shading. But in this case, I also don't want to lose the music notes behind, and I just want to keep that look to it. So I've only got a little bit of video on this because my video player actually stopped recording for some reason, but you'll see it in a moment when I go to the still photos that once you start to put some details in, faces are really a mathematical thing, and I can show you very easily how to draw faces. So I'm just putting this in with a Posca pen, and I'm putting the detail in before I start to add some colour and depth to it. So sorry this is taking a little while, but I hope you can actually see it on your screens okay. It was quite dark in the hotel that we were staying, but this journal page that I'm doing now is a bit of a thing. She's actually going to have a mask, and I'm adding bronzy gold hair to her, which is something I really, really like. So you can see I'm just using acrylic paint, and she looks really bland at the moment, but you can see how she'll liven up. So I'm adding gold paint to do her hair. It's actually in real life a little bit more bronze than that. I take little tubes of paint with me when I travel, and if my baggage gets too heavy, I could throw them away or give them to somebody as a gift, and that way I don't have to take them home because we've got baggage limits while we're flying. So you can see now I've done the bronze, and I've put a little bit of dark in her irises. Now, sorry about this, but I've actually taken and now to still photos. I've done her eyes green, and you can see her copper hair, and her face looks quite one-dimensional at the moment. But once I start to add shading to her face and colour to her cheeks and to her lips, she starts to look a little bit more alive. And I think it's kind of a nice look. I'm really happy, and I'm just adding little dots to the backgrounds and things. But Jolene's paper really inspired me with colour and the movement, and the energy of having paper that somebody else has created has been really, really fabulous. So you can see now with the shading and the eyes and things like that, that you can still see the music through, but it's looking really good, I think. And you can see Jolene's paper still coming through there. So I just kept on adding. So this is the thing, when you're actually doing this kind of work, you can see the dots I've put through her hair now. That just makes life and liveliness to it. And I'm just, you can see putting hearts and things like that just to make it more interesting. Now this mask has been cut out of this beautiful metallic printed paper that painted paper that Jolene had, because I wanted to add a mask to this girl, because the whole theme to this is behind the mask. So, you know, again, about that intimacy, getting to know each other and finding out what's behind that mask. So or you could say she's a bit of a superhero, and that's why she wears a mask, a bit like a lot of us. So this is behind the mask, and it is my first video of this for this project. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.